James Clear is wrong about systems. Listen, James Clear in the book, he built atomic habits around one unforgettable sentence. You don't rise, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Everyone quotes this. Almost nobody questions it. But I believe it may be one of the most dangerously incomplete ideas in personal development. And here's why. Because the system that you're so proud of, the routine, the discipline, the carefully tracked habits, may be the very thing that are keeping you trapped in a life you no longer want. Those are going to keep you trapped because you're completely focusing your life on your physical life, and your actions are in limitation when you're in physical form doing things. A system can make you more productive, but it cannot tell you whether what you're producing actually matters. When intention is missing, a better system may simply help you move faster in the wrong direction. Let me repeat that. When an intention is missing, a better system simply helps you move faster in the wrong direction. Let me begin by giving James Clear the credit he deserves. His central idea correctly identifies a real problem. Most people depend too heavily on willpower, motivation, and temporary bursts of inspiration. They decide they want something different. They get excited for a few days and then return to their old behavior. We've all been there. We've all done that. This is what happens at these live events. People come in and get all excited. They get all motivated. You can't hold that energy because the energy is built on false premise. It doesn't align with who you are energetically. And James Clear understands that your environment matters, and I agree with this. Your repeated habits matter. What you do every day matters far more than what you occasionally promise yourself you will do. This is true. But if you want to exercise consistently, prepare your clothes the night before. If you want to read more, put the book where you can see it. If you want to change a behavior, make the new behavior easier to begin, and make the behavior based on subtraction, not addition. Subtract something. Make life easier for yourself. This is practical and valuable advice because millions of people walk away from the atomic habits with one oversimplified message. Stop worrying about where you're going. Build a reliable system, follow it consistently, and everything else will take care of itself. The problem with that is the system will run your life and the system will run your business. And this is where the idea is incomplete because systems can't manage behavior. But they can, systems can manage behavior, but they cannot choose your direction. They can't handle expansion. Intention allows you to expand. Intention is based on energy. I've written 9 books on this called the Align Life series, and it's all about your energetic alignment and what you're doing with your energy. Only intention can take you to real expansion. Why? Because with intention, we're focused on the energy and the feeling, and remember that like attracts like. So here's the problems. Systems don't know what is worthy of your life. They only make you more efficient at doing whatever you're already doing. A system is a multiplier. It multiplies your direction. If your direction's wrong, becoming 1% more efficient every day simply makes you 1% more committed to the wrong life. That mistake compounds too over time. You can become incredibly disciplined, organized, productive, and consistent, and still wake up one morning and realize that you've spent years constructing a life that doesn't feel like yours. You need a good system on your foundation. You need a system to support your expansion. but you need to allow your expansion to guide your direction and build the infrastructure under it that supports it, not the other way around, because when you do it the other way around, the system inhibits you. It isn't do you have a system? The deeper question is, what intention is your system serving? Systems are directionless. They contain no wisdom of their own. Write 500 words every morning is a system, but the system doesn't know whether you're writing the book you were born to write or completing a manuscript you stopped believing in 2 years ago, or just writing down whatever comes into your mind. Exercise at 6 o'clock every morning is a system. The routine will improve your physical condition, but it cannot tell you whether you're exercising from self-respect or you're punishing yourself because you believe you're not good enough, not achieving enough. Inbox zero is a system, but clearing your inbox every day doesn't mean you're giving the attention to work that matters most. Imagine someone who gets up at 5 o'clock every morning. They meditate, exercise, journal, review their schedule, drink the perfect smoothie, and they arrive at work before anyone else. They have mastered every popular productive practice. But privately, they know they're in the wrong career. They aren't happy. They know their work is draining them. They know their relationships are suffering. They know that they're using achievements to avoid facing what they truly want. Their system isn't setting them free. It's making the wrong life more sustainable. That's what most conversations about habits fail to address. A system cannot examine your truth. It can't identify your authentic intention. It can't tell you whether your actions are coming from love, fear, freedom, obligation, inspiration, or the need for external approval. Systems tell you how to repeat an action. Intentions tell you why the action deserves to be repeated. Intentions guide you because you're doing it energetically. When you're supporting your intention, you can easily build a structure under that to support you, to give you the foundation that you need to support your intentions. There's another trap that hides inside of this system thinking. I call it process obsession. This happens when you spend more time organizing the process than confronting the uncomfortable decision the process is supposed to support. You redesign your morning routine, you download another habit tracker, you create a new calendar, you color code your schedule, you journal about what you might do, you watch videos about productivity, you develop a beautiful system for taking action, but never take the action that could actually expose you to rejection or the uncertainty of failure. Why? Because systems feel safe. They give you something measurable to complete. Every check box gives you an emotional reward. You feel productive even when you're avoiding the decision that matters most. You can spend 3 months creating a perfect content schedule instead of publishing the message you're afraid people may disagree with. I just released these 9 books of the Aligned Life System, the Aligned Life Series.com. You can go see them. They're all about the first 3 about energetic foundation, energetic expansion, and then energetic integration into physical form. I had to support my energy going through this massive process. It was a huge job, much bigger than I ever imagined. But nonetheless, I stuck with it. Did I have the best systems? No, but I have the best books and my intentions have been fulfilled. I don't have to do it perfectly. I'm doing these videos. I'm not interested in doing them perfectly. I'm not interested in whether I'm the best speaker, saying it the right way, putting the right pieces in the right places. I just want to get the message across to you, because you can spend a year improving your networking system, for instance, instead of admitting that you no longer want the career that these contacts are helping you build. What's going on inside? You can carefully track every personal development habit that you have while refusing to have the honest conversation that could change your relationship. This isn't progress. This is avoidance wearing a productivity costume. It's about productivity, it's about output. Decades of performance research by psychologists Edwin Locke and Gary Latham found that specific, challenging objectives tend to produce stronger performance than vague intentions such as do your best. The critical point is not that an objective eliminates the need for a system, it's that the system needs a clear destination. The system's the vehicle. Your intention determines where that vehicle is going and whether or not the destination is worth reaching. Because without a powerful intention, a system becomes an efficient way to remain busy. This is a real problem with people that I coach. Very busy without productivity. Many of the most persuasive examples in Atomic Habits involve situations in which the desired direction was already obvious. The British cycling team wanted to win races. James Clear wanted to recover physically after devastating injuries. In those situations, the intention didn't require much debate. Win the race, heal the body, rebuild your strength. The destination was already clear. The system was the missing piece. Small repeated improvements made sense because everyone already knew what those improvements were supposed to accomplish. But this is not the situation most people face when confronting the biggest question of their life. Should I stay in this career? Do I really want to be in this relationship, or should I leave it? What do I genuinely want to create? Am I building a business that reflects who I am, or am I designed to prove my worth? Who am I becoming through the choices I repeat? These are not habit tracking problems. They're questions of truth, identity, energy, and intention. You cannot solve them by making a behavior easier to repeat. In fact, focusing too quickly on systems allows you to avoid the more frightening question: is the life I'm efficiently building actually the life I desire? Now, a fair defender, James Clear, would say that he never claimed direction doesn't matter. His argument is that most people already know what they want. Their problem is inconsistent execution. And the reason you have inconsistent execution is because you're out of alignment energetically, and intention solves that. So for a large part of his audience, this is obviously correct. If you want to read more books, exercise 3 times a week, drink more water, and stop checking your phone every 5 minutes, your desired direction is already clear. You don't need months of spiritual reflection. You need a practical system that makes the desired behavior easier and the unwanted behavior more difficult. For clear, well-defined changes, systems may be the missing 90%. But that principle becomes dangerously incomplete when applied to the most important areas of life: your purpose, your career, your business, your relationship, your contribution, your legacy, your identity. When the direction itself is uncertain, building the system first is backwards. You always must begin with intention. So it's about, instead of building another routine, ask yourself, what's my true intention? What experience am I trying to create? Who am I choosing to become? Does this direction feel expansive and authentic? Or am I repeating it because it's familiar, expected, or socially rewarding? Your intention comes first. Intention determines your direction. Repetition creates momentum. And when the elements are aligned, the system becomes extraordinarily powerful tool when it's fueled by energy, when you're in alignment. You must clarify what's true for you, choose your intention consciously, then build a system that makes living that truth increasingly natural. The right conclusion is not you fall to the level of your systems. It's this: you move in the direction of your deepest intention, and your systems determine how consistently you get there. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one piece of advice that everyone repeats, but you believe is incomplete? Put it in the comments. I may challenge it in an upcoming video. And if you're tired of becoming more efficient at living a life that no longer feels aligned, subscribe to my channel. Real transformation does not begin with another habit. It begins with the clarity to recognize what your habits are actually creating. I'm Bill Heinrich with True Life Purpose Now. If you'd like to do a clarity session around your systems and intentions, you can go to speaktobill.com, get on my calendar, schedule a 1-hour clarity session. I guarantee you'll get some eye-opening information.